Hi everybody, welcome to the show today. Today we have Michael Gravette, and he is the author of a product called Millionaire Wholesale Arbitrage that is launching tomorrow, August the 11th. Yes, at 10 a.m. EST. He's launching there. Hi Michael, and welcome to the show.
Hi Abby, thank you for having me.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for allowing me to interview you and to come on the show. I know you have quite a lot of good information that you are going to share with us tonight. Thank you so much. So, Michael, let's jump right in. Would you tell us a little bit more about yourself and how you came online?
All right, about 29 years ago, my wife was a flight attendant for Eastern Airlines, which is now out of business. And I was concerned about her safety because she traveled all over. And so I was looking for something for her, and I saw this ad about a stun gun. And I bought from this guy at a very high price and then resold them, retailed them locally. And then I was in a position where I had $28 in my bank account. I had no money. These things weren't selling fast enough locally, and I was in Southern California at the time. And I needed some way to sell these things quickly. I found a manufacturer in the time in Korea who was willing to sell them to me, but I needed a way to sell them, and the only thing I could think of was to sell them nationally, and I felt that I could make more money by wholesaling than I could by retailing, by getting other people to sell for me.
Yeah.
And so my first ad, actually I had no money, like I said, $28, but I contacted USA Today because it was a national newspaper. This is back in 1986, so a national newspaper, because I needed to get something out quickly. I considered magazines, but magazines take 2 or 3 months before people actually see your ad.
Yeah.
So I contacted USA Today, and to run 4 weekend ads, which they required a minimum at the time, it was going to cost like $1,500 to run. These are classified ads, 4-line classified ads, looking for people to sell this stun gun. I had one product. So I didn't know what I was going to do. There wasn't anyone that I felt like borrowing money from. I just didn't want to do it. I didn't want to hit up family for it or friends. And so I was kind of at a loss. And then I think a couple days later, I was checking my mail, went to the mailbox, and there was a letter from Discover. And when I opened it up, there was a credit card in there with a limit of $1,500, a Discover card. Now, I never applied for this credit card. I didn't have the credit to apply for a credit card. This was completely unsolicited, and I got this card for $1,500. Had to go down 3 days in a row to Sears, 3 days in a row to Sears, and they would only allow me to take out $500 cash a day. So I went down 3 days in a row, took out $500, got a money order, sent it to USA Today, and ran the ad. And so that ad allowed me, when I first started setting up dealers with one product.
How much did you have to pay for the ad?
It was $1,400 and something.
So you just had enough money, eh? It's as if it came by heaven sent, maybe?
I can't think of any other way it
Yes.
came.
Yeah.
Because, I literally, never applied for this credit card. I had a credit card, but it was maxed out. So I couldn't use it to do that. And then out of the blue, I get this card for $1,500 credit limit. So that's how it started. So you can see I had help at the beginning. My wife contributed to the fact that I was so stubborn. I sort of made a vow I wouldn't work for anyone. And she attributes that stubbornness to sort of rattling heaven a little bit, so that I got some help. And that's how it started. And I started out with one product. I eventually added more, and today I have 500 products that we import and warehouse. And I still use the process of setting up dealers. And I advertise dealers in business opportunity magazines like Small Business Opportunity and Home Business Magazine. These are BizOp magazines. I have a full page ad in there if anyone wants to go look at the store. People find me online, now to organic listings, so they find me. And they apply, and then they get set up, and I have no minimum order, so people can start at any level they want. But that's how I run my business. Now, the reason I don't sell on like Amazon or eBay is because my dealers sell there, and I don't want to compete with them. So my products are all over Amazon and eBay, but that's through my dealers, not me directly. So I chose to sell through a network of dealers rather than retailing myself. But it's perfectly fine, especially when you start out with one or two products, to have the product shipped directly from the manufacturer using Amazon's FBA program, Fulfilled by Amazon. So you ship it directly to Amazon. They do the selling, they do the fulfilling, and you never touch the products.
Yeah.
They go straight from the manufacturer to Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
So there are different ways to sell these products.
Okay. Okay. So basically, just to recapture, you're saying that you the importer, and then you have people that sell nationally. They get you like the warehouse, right? You're the big
Yeah,
guy.
I'm the warehouse,
Yeah.
but they also sell locally. I have people who sell the products at gun shows
Mm-hmm.
and flea markets, trade shows. They do home parties, fundraisers. They set up routes of, like, we have a pepper spray display where people go and set up routes of stores, putting the displays in. So they set up a pepper spray display at a hardware store, a gun store, a nail salon, a beauty salon, sitting next to the cash register. So I have people selling these products in all sorts of different ways.
Yeah. Tell me, Michael, you are launching Millionaire Wholesale Arbitrage tomorrow, okay?
Yes.
And this product is, what is it about? What are the benefits of somebody picking up this product? Tell us a bit more about it. Yeah.
Yes. To be honest with you, importing, in some ways it's easier today. In some ways it's a little bit harder because since 9/11 things have changed as far as getting products in. So what I needed to do, I'm 66 years old. I enjoy teaching. And so I came up with this program to basically show people, because I had some of my own dealers ask, I'm going to sell your products, but I want to add some other products, but I don't know how to go about doing it, And so I would explain to them. But basically, before you do this, you need to understand what to do, what to look out for, because it's a very intimidating process when you first start it. But if you understand that, for instance, there's a ton of paperwork, but you don't really have to do the paperwork because your customs broker will do the paperwork for you. Freight forwarder will do the paperwork for you. So those two things are two companies that you need to get, and we explain how to find customs brokers and freight forwarders. And you need to test products, what they sell or not. And one of the easiest ways to test products free is Amazon, because Amazon gives you a list of their best sellers for every single category they have. You can actually go to that, look at the best sellers, and know what's selling on Amazon. In fact, if you don't have an idea, it's a good way to get an idea, because this is just a matter of finding one of those top selling products, going overseas, finding a manufacturer of it, bringing it in, and competing with these people. Maybe changing a little bit, maybe making it a little bit better, maybe offering something a little bit more with it. But so Amazon is a great free way to see if a product is selling or if a potential product you have in mind will sell.
Yes. Okay.
So the product just offers a lot of tips like that, sort of things to avoid. A lot of people like, how do I pay someone in China in American dollars? See, they don't understand the process, how that works. They don't understand about the pro forma invoice, that the manufacturer will send you an actual invoice, and it's usually in American dollars, so you don't have to worry about it. See, so your bank will wire it for you, or you can pay in some other way. So it's really a simple process paying. So. Okay.
So you go in quite a lot of detail, right?
Yes.
To explain, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me, do you have any OTOs attached to this product?
Yes, there's one where I think the first OTO is a video where I actually go through the process of finding a product, and I use different sources, like a lot of people are familiar with Alibaba.com, but there's globalsources.com. There's all sorts of places to find manufacturers.
Yeah.
To find a manufacturer, and then to the correspondence that takes place. I show them actual correspondence so they can see how easy it is. That they're just people. For some reason, a lot of people think that people in other countries are some sort of weird people. They're not like us, which is ridiculous, especially in the U.S., that mindset. But they're just people. They want to provide you a good product, because they want your future sales. And what's easier about importing now is that when I first started 29 years ago, the minimum orders were high, 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, depending on what you were ordering. Now you can buy 5, 20, 100 at a time. It's nothing now to import and to test small, so you don't have to invest a lot of money.
Tell me, so if somebody is interested in this, what do you think? Say, for instance, here comes someone, they really want to start a business. They want to know, hey, how much money do I need to just start small? What advice would you give them?
Well, if they're starting small, maybe 20 to 50, 100 products, then it's a very simple process because the manufacturer they'll have their own freight forwarder, or they'll use a big company like DHL, which means DHL takes care of everything, clearing customs and everything for you. So it's just a matter of what the product is. I mean, you can buy a $2 product, and sell it for $15 retail. So you can start at whatever level you want. You see, that's the beauty of this. And the thing about it is so scalable. I mean, you can start small and you can grow it as big as you want it to grow. And the only reason, I've stuck with one product line, self-defense and security product line. So that was a niche I started with because of my wife trying to find something for her, and it just grew from there. I didn't plan it. That's just the way it ended up. But if I wasn't so lazy, I could do this with all sorts of product lines. The same thing I'm doing with the self-defense and security, because there's other ways to add income. Like one of my biggest cash cows, I'll call it, is I build websites for my dealers. In other words, we have like 50 different designs they can choose from that have all the products on them. And I sell the websites, and there's monthly hosting, etc. So that those who want to sell on the internet but don't know how, we help them do that. So there's all sorts of ways to expand this business.
Tell me, you've been doing this for over 29 years, right? And you've succeeded in it. I mean, you have about more than 3,000 dealers under you, people that buy from you.
Right.
You must have maintained a particular mindset over the years. Would you tell us more about the type of mindset that's needed to succeed in this industry?
Yeah. You cannot fail if you never give up. I mean, that's the thing I've always gone on. People, when someone starts a business, they always will run into obstacles. Everybody runs into obstacles. 29 years later, I still have obstacles. So it's just part of doing business. But the difference between someone who succeeds and someone who fails is that the person who fails will run into an obstacle and stop. The person who succeeds will find a way to go around, over, or through the obstacle. I mean, it's as simple as that. I don't know how else to put it. It's just that you don't stop.
Yeah, you don't stop. Thank you so much. That was really valuable advice that you gave there. One last question I want to ask you is, my reader base, they are defined as want to be entrepreneurs, and they know what they want to become, but they don't know how to get there. What golden nugget would you impart to them to help them achieve the success, almost like the same that you've achieved?
The one thing that I would tell people to do is quit following all the different shiny objects and learn to focus. Pick the path that you're going to go to make money. Pick that path and stay with that path. You can't cross a river with a foot in two different boats. So you've got to, pick that path and focus on it, and don't be distracted, because it's the way of the world to distract you.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. The people who are successful, who have a higher purpose in life, learn that they have to focus. And that doesn't matter. I don't care if it's your personal life or business. You need to learn to focus, be successful. Then be happy. You can't be happy distracted. So if they can learn to focus, pick something.
You can be happy focused, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
If they can pick something and just focus on that, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it as far as I can take it. And if it turns out that I've lost there, it doesn't matter, because I've gained a lot of information. Okay. So that's basically it, focus.
All right. Thank you so much, Michael. That's really good advice. I just want to thank you. That was our last question. Thank you for being on the show with us, and I wish you all the success with your launch tomorrow, August the 11th. The product is called Millionaire Wholesale Arbitrage. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you very much, Abby. I appreciate it.
Okay. Bye.